welcome to the inaugural Credit Unions Fighting Fraud event. I'm Tyler Saxey. I'm the Chief Marketing and Strategy Officer with Innovation Credit Union. We're just down the road, headquartered in Oakdale. And I have the honor of making some opening remarks here today to get us started, and then I'll be briefly introducing each one of our expert speakers as we go through our program. All right, so this event is being put on by the collaboration of 8 different local credit unions. We'll give myself a test here on how well I actually studied. So in alphabetical order, I believe we have Affinity Plus, we have City and County, we have Expedition, Heartland, Ideal, Novation, Royal, and Wings. Did I get it? All right. Well, as member-owned financial cooperatives, credit unions really take education of members and support of members seriously. So we try to do a lot of different educational events like this. Excuse me. Today, tackling financial fraud. Honestly, that is a topic that continues to be a threat to our members in our communities. So we're really pleased to have a great speaker lineup here today and other people here involved as well. All right. So, who else we need to thank here? Also want to recognize Northwoods Credit Union. They're here, put in quite a few miles to get down here and help us out for recording this event. That'll allow us to make it available to other credit union members and the community afterwards. We'll be able to get that out online and share it with additional people. We're also thrilled to have representatives of other organizations here, whether they're part of our speaking lineup for today, or whether they are at the tables outside. We encourage you to visit those after this event again with any questions that you might have that come up from the presentations. But we've got Woodbury Public Safety here, the local chapter of the Better Business Bureau, AARP, FRPA, and the South Washington County Community Education Group is here as part of that. We also have the trucks outside from Minnesota Tech for Success and ShredRite, helping out with the secure disposable documents as well as small electronic devices. So we thank them for being here. And last but not least, of course, our sponsors who helped make this available. This was funded partially by a grant from the Minnesota Credit Union Foundation. We also had sponsorship from Visa, Valera, and again, Woodbury Public Safety. In terms of our agenda, we really do have a great lineup of speakers for you today. They're going to share their thoughts on financial fraud from several different perspectives. You're going to get to hear from law enforcement, other security experts, an advocacy group such as AARP being here, and last but not least, you'll hear from a credit union as well perspective from Brad at the end. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first speaker with extensive experience in financial fraud and financial crime investigations with Woodbury Public Safety. Please welcome Detective Lynn Lawrence.
Good morning. I've met some of you at other scam presentations I've done, and there's some new faces, which is super fun to see. So, a little bit about me. I have been at Woodbury Police Department for over 22 years. I've been in investigation since 2015, and I have been investigating scams and fraud for almost that entire time. Why, might you ask? Because it's not the fun part of the job, however, it's the necessary part of the job. And I'm very passionate about this. I love speaking to groups. I really feel strongly about prevention. I think prevention is key in all of this because I will tell you, investigating these cases after the fact is really, really difficult. So, first question, is this a big deal? Is this a big deal in Woodbury? It is. This is a huge problem in Woodbury. As you can see, in 2021, our numbers were about 280,000 in reported fraud, and that has jumped significantly. So in the last several years, 6.6 million, and that's only what's been reported. And that is only in Woodbury. That's a problem. Nationally, last year, they reported $12.5 billion loss. And it's only increasing. All so the fraud formula. How does this work? Why does it work? So first off, there's an opportunity, right? So scammers will take advantage of any situation. They are going to find whatever's susceptible. And I will tell you, one of the things is loneliness. A lot of the victims I talk to are lonely. We are humans, we are made for community, we are made for connections, we want to be with one another, and when that doesn't happen, you reach out via various platforms to have those conversations. So sometimes that's Facebook or Messenger, or you randomly get a text message that says hi. If you respond to that message that says hi, because you want to be nice, Minnesota nice, we always have to respond, they will entice you into a conversation. And once they build your trust, you think you made a friend, the fraud will begin. Pressure. They always use some sort of pressure. So these scammers have done this long enough, they know how to work to get you to not think properly, okay? So it's gonna be urgency. You have a warrant for your arrest. If you don't pay that warrant, we're gonna send a bunch of police out to your house, right? So, scare, fear, right? Whatever it is that they can get you, so you can't think properly. Act now. You have to do this now. Don't hang up the phone. I've had victims who have been on the phone for days with the scammers running around town. And maybe that's happened to somebody in here. And rationalization. So, as a victim, you try to rationalize what you did, okay? And I will say, sometimes the victims say, oh my gosh, I feel so stupid. How could I fall for this? I'm here to tell you, you're not stupid. These scammers are really, really good at what they do, okay? So please, if you have been scammed, report it. We are understanding. All right, so trust. Scammers like to build trust. It's kind of like grooming, and they will talk to a victim for a long time, as long as it takes to work, okay? They will find commonalities. You're a Christian? I'm a Christian too. You like dogs? I like dogs too. Do you have grandkids? I have grandkids too. Anything to build a connection. Then of course, like I talked about, fear, threats, legal action. They're gonna call you and say, I have all this information about you. I have your name, I have your date of birth, I have your address. I might even know your family members' names. That can get you scared. What's gonna happen? We have seen where they've also threatened people physically, verbally to be physical. They've never shown up that I'm aware of. But they will say, you know, if you don't pay this, we're gonna come to your house, we're gonna beat you up, or something similar. And then greed. So, quick money or other rewards. This would be like a lottery, an inheritance. We still see these ones. You get contacted that you had somebody in your family who passed away, they left you a lot of money. That sounds pretty enticing, right? Even though you might be like, this doesn't seem right, you're just like, well, but maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's a chance to be a millionaire. All right, so who are the victims? I will say absolutely anybody can be a victim. And I will even share a quick story that I was almost a victim. I investigate these scams all the time. This is what I do. And I had seen a really good deal on Facebook Messenger from a friend who was getting rid of stuff for her parents who was moving to transitional care. And she had to get rid of a bunch of the property, right? And so I looked through it and I'm like, these are some really good deals. And so I sent it to my husband, who's also a cop, and he's like, hey Lynn, that's a scam. And I'm like, how? I investigate these. How could I almost fall for this, right? They're good. So again, all ages. Seniors are often targeted because seniors have more money. You have a lifetime of savings built up. And you can be very trusting and answer phones. Younger people, maybe more the greed, right? You want to make quick cash. It's pretty easy to do. And Why are you vulnerable? So lack of awareness of new scams. These scams are changing every day. I do scam presentations in the community. If you are part of a group and you want one, reach out to Woodbury Public Safety and we'll coordinate. But these scams are constantly updating, changing. It's a little bit like whack-a-mole. Staying on top of what's happening, just being aware. Emotional triggers, once again, that fear of what's happening, and then overconfidence, it won't happen to me. I will tell you, if you're in this room saying, this won't happen to me, you're probably going to be very close to having it happen to you and not even realize it. So, we need to break the fraud formula. And by doing this, we're going to reduce the opportunity, okay? So, verify emails. If you get an email that you weren't expecting, either delete it, check the header, so you can hold your mouse over the top, and just see kind of where it came from. Does it make sense? If it looks like it came from your bank, but the top of it said it came from Sarah Ann at Yahoo, then it's not going to be really from your bank. Resist pressure. Pause and think, does this make sense? In the circumstance I'm in right now, does this text message, does this email, does any of this make sense? Or is it just kind of out of left field? Always double check the resources. If it's something from your bank, don't call the number on the email. Look up the bank number from maybe your bank card and use that number to call. Challenge it. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. It kind of goes along with like the lottery winnings, right? If you didn't play it, you didn't win it. So if it just seems like a really good deal, again, Facebook Marketplace, right? There's a really good sale. Too good to be true, it is. And I got through that fast.